everyone. Hi. Welcome to creating an inclusive team for LGBTQ and neurodivergent students. Meet your presenters.
I'm Sapphire, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm the team captain of the team.
I'm Joshua. My pronouns are he, him. I'm the safety captain and electrical captain.
Ray isn't here, Rick Ray,
Yeah.
but
He's not there.
Ray, pronouns are he, him, and he was the
Yeah.
opposite of us.
And then, my name is Dylan, my pronouns are he, him, and I'm the MTR lead.
Today we're going to be talking about how we can build a positive team environment. We're going to talk about some examples when people might feel unsafe. We're going to talk about ways to have a safe space for everyone. We're also going to kind of discuss what is like being safe and what's unsafe, and then we're also going to talk about some methods of unsafe scenarios.
Okay. Y'all have probably been sitting all day, so let's stand up and we're gonna play the identity games.
Oh, it's a perfect time.
Okay. The first thing that I want you guys to do is go to wherever your identity most matches with. It doesn't have to be exact, but just whatever you're most comfortable with. Okay, now I want you to go to where you're least comfortable with. Whether that be if you feel more masculine, like you want to go more feminine. If you're non-binary, you can really pick, or feminine, you can go masculine. So least comfortable. Still, you know what? You want to just pick? Either one.
Are we breaking the game if we all we're in the middle?
Not really.
Okay, I'll do this then.
Nah, I'm still in the middle.
Okay. Now I want you guys to think. When you're referring to someone, or someone refers to you, if you don't really know how. If someone refers to you as wherever you're nearest to, for a lot of people, masculine, right? That wouldn't make you feel good, I'm assuming. Raise your hand. Or, yeah, feminine. Raise your hand.
I've been called ma'am over the phone.
Raise your hand if that would make you uncomfortable. Okay. Now, when we're talking to people, we gotta consider that we could be in that position. If we're in that position where we're called ma'am over the phone, if we're called sir, if we're called like those kind of things, which are not a part of your identity, you may feel uncomfortable, unwelcome, unsafe, and just kind of recognizing that you don't know what their identity is. I mean, and assuming can lead to a very uncomfortable and unsafe environment. So Press the space bar.
Yeah, I can tell, but you gotta make this picture as well.
That's literally
Discussion? Okay. Okay. Imagine you were just called or referred to as someone of the identity you just with. Talk amongst yourself on how that would feel.
I mean, at this point, it's predictable, but it's like, all right. I guess I'm pretending to be a woman for the next 8 hours. Drag with stakes. Oh yeah.
I feel kind of like
Yeah, I was probably like in my 20s. I don't have a very masculine voice, and on the phone, like I get mistaken for a woman, and it's like I'm a guy. It doesn't feel good. Imagine having your own gender. It doesn't feel good for anybody.
If they're purposely trying to make you uncomfortable, like if Action House comes up and does that to me. You know what, if Action House comes and tries talking to me.
And then, right, like
I don't have my there. I exist outside the walls of gender. Eating sauce? Yes.
okay.
No, that's all.
If you want to raise your hand, discuss what your neighbors or you said, you can. It's alright.
We got one back here.
Oh, where?
Okay. I would feel like a little emasculated, but I try not to let it get to my head too much.
You probably feel unsafe, right? Like, or uncomfortable if someone just starts referring to you as a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to. So, yes?
If someone would call me by like female pronouns, I'd be a little uncomfortable, but I wouldn't want to address it with them because I wouldn't want the conversation to become just that. I just wanted to continue what we were talking about, and I might bring it up with them later in private.
Yeah. So like, how, like assuming, that's kind of like, assuming can make people uncomfortable. So just ask. Like,
Assume makes an ass out of you and me.
The word is soon.
ask.
I can't I'm severely dyslexic. I'm sorry, I'm severely dyslexic. That took me a second. I was like, what?
Ask. That's the conclusion of the game. Wait, don't sit down yet.
Guys, I also have one too. I know. I'm gonna make you guys move again. Go flip. That's alright. I'll flip my things.
Yeah. Things. Okay. Notice the back of the room.
Those things over there.
Wait, guys, like, I have to get over this.
Oh, non-binary and please.
Oh, I like how non-binary. It's gone.
I feel like I am a life preserver's first aid kit. 2.5 gallon bucket.
Okay.
Yeah, that was from the critical thinking one last time. Probably.
Okay.
Just up yeah. Okay. So, what I'm kind of doing right now is we have, at least on the most side, I'm going to kind of go through some like environments, and I want you to kind of move from one side of the room to the other, depending on how comfortable with your guys is my right, and being like the least comfortable, and the other side kind of being like the most comfortable. Does that make sense?
Please.
Yeah.
The signs have indicated that, yes.
Yeah, I know. But people were asking, so.
Okay. First environment.
For environment 1, our room is kind of filled with windows letting in a lot of natural light. There's a lot of small talk around the room, but for the most part, it's pretty quiet.
Where would you feel most comfortable?
like how you put the side most next to the window.
It's super pretty.
Does anyone want to share why they feel the way that they do about the space?
It just feels more inviting to me. Like the sunlight isn't so harsh that it's like hurting my eyes, and I can talk to people comfortably.
Anyone else want to share? Green shirt.
To add on, like, the fact that it's not completely quiet, so it doesn't, but also not too quiet, so like, the, not too much pressure, but not overstimulating.
I like the fact that there's windows because it means I can stare at plants instead of people.
That's fair. And then was there one?
I spend a lot of time outside, so I like looking at the sun.
You probably shouldn't do that.
Stare at the sun directly. Yes, I have another one. I actually have like 4 in total. And we have environment 2. Everyone's kind of talking. Ideas are being bounced across the room from all kind of sub-teams. There's kind of little to no boundaries to where people are. Is anyone comfortable sharing?
I like bouncing off ideas from team members, and I genuinely just like to talk to people.
Depending on how crowded or how loud it might be, it might feel a little bit overwhelming. But at the same time, I'm also in the same boat on that facet of it. So.
I think I'm more comfortable with that because I like talking and debating with people. That's like the environment for doing that.
If there are no boundaries, I have no clue when I'm supposed to start talking or when I'm supposed to stop talking, or if I'm talking too much or too little or if I'm too loud. No clue. So,
Yes.
I feel like comfortable to get my idea out there, but I feel like there's a little pressure that like I'm gonna get criticized on my idea.
I feel a lot more comfortable with talking and kind of interacting with people when a lot of other people are doing the same thing.
Yes, this is a nice discussion. I was scared that none of you would actually raise your hands, so thank you. I guess I have another one. This is a pretty welcoming place where everyone is kind of doing their work. Welcoming is kind of contradictory because it's biased, but there's kind of little to no distractions and everyone's remaining where they need to be. It's pretty quiet. Anyone want to share?
I like chaos.
Quiet spaces are great for me because when I'm trying to do my classwork in school, there's always like that one group that's just constantly talking while I'm trying to do my work, and it just feels really good to do my work when no one else is being excessively loud.
I like it quiet because personally I like to listen to music while I work, so I'm kind of like in my own little space anyways.
Anyone else? Oh, 3 more hands. Okay. Tyler.
I'd like to know where you found this magical place that there's no distractions.
is he a Latin longitude? Like,
It looks like our room, but
Definitely not. Like
definitely not our room.
the Fire Bears room at like 8:15 with like 3 programmers on a Thursday.
Honestly.
Alright, I'm gonna do.
I think it'd be good for me to have no distractions, but I also like to talk a little bit, so that's kind of why I'm not on the far side, but I'm not over there either.
Yeah, I think generally pretty good, but I feel like it gets a bit uncomfortable if everyone is kind of off in their own group and kind of if there's not much like background noise and stuff, that kind of I feel a bit more awkward trying to do anything if other people are just kind of focused on their own stuff.
Yeah, the tinnitus in the ears thing isn't very pleasant.
Then I have one more.
Oh.
Yep, this is, no, go back.
Oh.
Joshua, go back. Okay. Members are doing whatever they want and work isn't being completed. Some members may be shouting or being unsafe. You try to do your work, but there's constant distractions from others.
That's just fun.
That room I recommend.
Yeah. Once again, anyone willing to share?
I'm kind of in the middle because I like the loudness. I like having fun during robotics, but then at the same time, I feel scared with the unsafeness and shouting sometimes, even though we're just trying to.
I'm leaning a little more towards most because it sounds fun and sounds like something that I'd be participating in. The part where it says I'm trying to do work and get work done makes me not like further down that way.
As much as I like chaos, I do not like being unsafe because I've been injured constantly and even died twice. So safety is very important to me.
Yeah.
Chaos is fun, but sometimes it's a little bit annoying.
Yeah, I think some level of chaos, I think, is kind of like level of background noise, background activity, but kind of the being unsafe and not completing work is kind of where I have an issue with that.
I feel like with like this little structure, I feel like I would be extremely overwhelmed with what am I supposed to be doing? What are other people supposed to be doing? Is there a plan? How are we going to get stuff done? Are things going to be okay?
If I'm trying to do my work, then, like I said, it's good for me to have no distractions, and I mean, a lot of distractions, so I'm probably just gonna go try and talk with somebody else, and I'm not gonna get that much work done. So that wouldn't be like very uncomfortable. I would feel bad not doing my work.
Yeah, for me, there's chaos and then there's pandemonium. Chaos isn't dangerous. Pandemonium is. This is pandemonium.
Notice the image.
Notice the image, yeah.
Why is there a safety captain about to punch somebody?
Yeah.
I also like how you captured it with all the drinks and stuff right next to the laptops.
And why is there a Gary balloon in the background?
Because it's for theater.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
We're making
That's Gary the snail.
Yeah.
He's the theater mascot.
But the kind of point of this whole game is to kind of show that we don't all kind of feel the same way about certain environments. Like, if you look around the room, there's people kind of spread out all over. Like, we all have our own different needs and what we're comfortable with, and it's really important to acknowledge that.
Oh, that's fine. What is an unsafe environment for neurodivergent people?
Can we all go sit down?
Yeah, you can sit down.
Unless you want to stand.
Unless you want to stand.
Nah, we all gotta start doing push-ups while like that. First person to fail gets kicked out. No more neurodivergents. You're out.
So what is an unsafe environment for neurodivergent people? Well, for one, disregarding an individual or sidelining them. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but like I see a lot during meetings of certain people, you know, being pushed out to the side and not being as involved in the work if they have a harder time, like, I don't know, asking for jobs or really like interacting with other members, and then not recognizing differences in learning and work methods. Everyone has a different method to, you know, working and learning different stuff, I guess. So like, I don't know, if it gets the job done, if they do it in a way that's safe, no, there's not like a wrong way to get work done safely, right? And just if someone's way is different than yours, you shouldn't disregard that, of course. And then not respecting someone's needs. Everybody has different needs. Not everybody's the same as, you know, each other. And there's a lot of different needs to go around, and you should Respect other people's needs. I don't really think I can add on to that much better. So what is a safe environment for neurodivergent people? Well, kind of the inverse of what I was saying earlier, respecting others and their abilities. Having a safe space having a space for comfort and safety. So basically somewhere that someone could maybe relax, a quiet room. Because a lot of robotics, not a lot, but a good amount of robotics is grinding or sanding or drilling, and that can be loud, and of course, jarring, and some people need quiet and safety. So respecting people's personal boundaries, sound, space, etc. What I was talking about earlier, again, don't intentionally bother someone with sound if you know they have struggles with it, but that's pretty, self-explanatory. Not assuming they're incapable because of their conditions. Just because someone's neurodivergent or disabled doesn't mean they can't do the same work that everyone else can. And then include people that have a hard time socializing and have a hard time advocating for themselves. What I was talking about with the first slide is if people have a hard time working up the courage to ask for jobs or ask what things need to be done or where they need to go, going over to them instead of just letting them sit there. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, kind of an unsafe environment for members of the LGBTQ community, disrespecting others' identities. It's kind of like what we talked about earlier. It's harmful, and we feel uncomfortable. And asking for dead names or assigned gender at birth, I've had it happen to me before, and I always feel really unsafe, and I know that for a lot of people that can be really uncomfortable. And then of course not using preferred pronouns, it's really mean, guys. I get upset if people don't use mine. And I'm sure a lot of people here also are upset if their preferred pronouns aren't going to be used. Yeah. For a more safe environment, obviously respecting everyone's identities. We are all human, we're all people. We're awesome. Not making assumptions on relationships. There's a lot of times, I've had it too, where people have assumed that I'm in a relationship with someone just because of my sexual identity, and it's really harmful. And I've seen it with other people too, and I know that it can be a very uncomfortable and unsafe situation. And then obviously, be kind no matter what. At the end of the day, we're all trying our hardest, and it's a hard world to live in.
Recognizing exclusion. Recognizing exclusion. Exclusion is an issue of not listening or recognizing ideas or opinions of an individual and not allowing their work into the space. Now, you could probably see examples of that, getting a group together for a poster or slides, and picking one person and telling them that their ideas aren't good enough or not letting it into the work. And then exclusion isn't exclusively proactive, not inviting or asking someone for their ideas or if they want to be included in an activity or job is excluding them and could make someone feel uncomfortable in the space. Of course, I don't think anyone would like to be picked out and chosen as the person that's not going to be involved in the work as anybody else. And also, we're a robotics team. Everybody should be included. I'm sure.
There's no harm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm sure everyone can bring something to the table, no matter what. And then establishing inclusive norms. At the start of the year, set expectations for what types of behavior is acceptable and unacceptable, and how to better include all the members. And then stand up for everyone. If you recognize exclusion happening in the team, you should obviously stand up for that person no matter what. and understand that everyone is different, of course. Oh yeah, ways to make environments safer and comfortable for neurodivergent people. So, allow people the space they need. Just like in the bottom bullet point, don't force people super close to each other to see things. You know, a lot of people need their space, and being crowded can be very overwhelming and uncomfortable to a lot of people, and of course, try to avoid that. Make it clear if a sudden loud noise will go off, like drilling or dropping something. So just say loud noise or something like that. This is a very common problem we have at our team. I don't know about your teams, but I would assume that it's pretty common. So that could be part of, like on last slide, establishing a good set of conduct. And then don't assume people know where to look when in need of a task. Connects to my first slide. You know, not everyone's going to know who to go to for a job, and nobody wants to just be the guy sitting in the corner that's not doing anything. So, yeah.
Ways to make an environment safe and comfortable for LGBTQ people. Sharing pronouns. A lot of people aren't what you first observe them to be. Like, at the beginning of last year, I was assumed to be a woman by one of the older seniors that just graduated. And it doesn't feel right, and it's not always, you know, nice. Not using harmful languages. Slurs are not okay, guys? Saying slurs can, and not just slurs, but like words that that mean harm, can just cause irreparable harm to a person if they, and you never know what a person's going through, basically. Acknowledging that people change. Saying like microaggressions about changing your identity and things like that just are very harmful to a person's thoughts, well-being, and can make them feel non-welcome, not comfortable, not safe. Questions? Yes?
Yeah, I'm curious, when we think about competitions for neurodivergent people, it can be a lot. If you had an option to reinvent how we do competitions to be more neurodivergent friendly, how would you think about that, especially from like a sensory standpoint?
I definitely think including like a safe and quiet room that people can go to whenever, when they need to, would definitely be helpful. I've seen that at different conventions where there's just a like, I forgot what it's specifically called, but just like I was talking about, safe and quiet room.
Adding on to that, during Rise, who, raise your hand if you went to Rise?
Or know what Rise is.
Or know what it is? Okay, so for those who don't know, Rise is robotics, inspire, and support everyone. I got the acronym right. And this year, our theme was inspiring people of a non-masculine gender identity. And with that, for supporting everyone, we had to think about the neurodivergent people too. And we included a quiet room. We used a lot of people use the commons in our school for a quieter area. My watch actually told me it reached 90 decibels, which for a neurodivergent person, not necessarily, but it can be a very distracting environment. So keeping those quiet spaces making so like more spaces so people aren't feeling claustrophobic, feeling like they need to leave the space like in its entirety, leave the event. Just overall going through as many precautions as possible, and then taking ideas from other teams too.
We also made available silicone earplugs.
Yes.
So that they could wear earplugs in the noisy environment, like if they're on the drive team, and then after they're done driving, they could go to a quiet space to kind of decompress. So that's a couple of the methods to help with that.
Yep.
Even here at Metatronic, there's a bunch of small